first graders, happy Thursday! Yesterday for code names, I gave you the clue Sports 3. Here's the answer for yesterday's clue. I wanted you to guess the soccer ball, the basketball going in the hoop, and the ice skates. Those were the 3 pictures that went with the clue Sports 3. Today I have a new clue for you. The new clue is Water 2. Which of these 2 pictures go with the clue water? Water 2. You can either go on Seesaw and share your answer with me there, or you can just think about it while you're watching the video now. I will give you the answer tomorrow. All right, let's move on to our morning note. Dear first graders, today is Thursday. You have all been worked very hard on your writing this year. Today we are going to talk about a writing process you can use to become a better writer. Keep up the good work. Have a terrific Thursday. Love, Mrs. Baker. Remember to go on Seesaw to make corrections to this note. Guess what, first graders? You have been practicing being good writers all year long. When you check your work to make sure you have capital letters in the right spots, proper spacing between words, and end punctuation, that is part of being a good writer. You've gotten very good at these skills as you correct the morning messages each day on Seesaw, or if you look for those mistakes when you're watching the video. Today we are going to talk more about the specific process good writers follow. There are 5 steps to the writing process. The first step is pre-writing. That's when you brainstorm and organize ideas. We had a bubble map in our classroom that showed different things you could write about. That was kind of our form of pre-writing in the classroom. The next step is drafting, and that's when you use ideas to write a rough draft. You try to put those ideas into sentences. After you have that first draft, then revising is the next step, and that's how you make changes to improve writing. You might change the words that you use, or you might add more details to your sentences when you're revising. Editing is what we do every day during our morning note. That's when you proofread and correct mistakes like capital letters or improper spacing or adding end punctuation. The final step is publishing, and that's when you write and present a final copy. Today we're going to be doing some writing about this dog. You can either do it on your own in a notebook, or you could go on Seesaw to work on this writing assignment. I hope you are all able to publish your final work on Seesaw after you write. We are going to be using the writing process for this dog writing assignment, and that means we start by pre-writing. Now, the template on Seesaw already has a word bank. That's kind of a pre-writing in and of itself. But another way that you can pre-write is using a circle map. As you can see, I have the dog in the middle circle, and then in the outer circle, I wrote the same words that were in that word bank, but other things that I might include when talking about this dog in my writing. The purpose of pre-writing is to get yourself thinking about what you might want to actually write in sentences. It makes writing the actual sentences much easier if you have a few ideas written down. As you can see, the next step is drafting. So I took the ideas from the pre-writing and put them into sentences. Are these sentences perfect? Absolutely not. But I'm just starting to put the thoughts that I was thinking while pre-writing into sentences. I will revise and edit next. So here's my first draft. This is a puppy. It wears a leash. Sometimes the dog barks. This dog is a pet. Not very detailed, is it, first graders? Good thing the next step is revising. Now I took my first draft of writing and I changed the sentences and added more detail to make my writing more interesting. So now it says, this is a Cute puppy. I used a little caret to add the word cute in. It wears a leash when it goes for walks. Sometimes the dog barks. This dog is a great pet. I just added a few words to make my writing a little bit more interesting. And that's what we do during the revising stage of the writing process. The next step is editing. This is what you do every day when you look at the morning note, first graders. I went through and I put those 3 lines under the letters that need to be capitalized. I separated the words that needed to have a space between them, and I added end punctuation to my sentences. It's very important when you write that you read through your work when you're finished so that you can catch some mistakes. I always find it helpful to read my sentences out loud. That way, if I say a word that's not on my paper, I know that needs to be added. Also, if I have something on my paper that I don't mean to be saying out loud, then I need to take that out. This is a really good strategy when editing your writing, first graders. The final step is publishing. Now this might be when you turn it into me at school or when we hang your work in the hallway of the school. Today, you can go on Seesaw and you can type in your final writing for me to see. This is what I wrote. This is a cute puppy. It wears a leash when it goes for walks. Sometimes the dog barks. This dog is a great pet. Now that's not what I started with, first graders, in my first draft. I added words, I made some changes to my writing conventions like capital letters and end punctuation, and I came out with something that is much better than what I started with. You too can go through the writing process and make your work much better than a first draft. You just saw me walk through the writing process. Now you can go on Seesaw and you can make your own writing about the picture of the puppy, or you could choose a different topic to write about. Just make sure you go through each step of the writing process. That is what we are practicing today. Bye, first graders. See you tomorrow.